Hello, everyone. Welcome to Across the Bifrost, the Mighty Thor podcast, where on each and every episode we explore the world of Marvel's Mighty Thor. On this episode, we will be reviewing the 5th issue of Derek Landy's Doctor Strange ongoing series. Eric and I have been loving this series so far, and Eric, I'm really excited to chat through all of the different things that got tied up and the hints at what's coming next. How are you feeling about Doctor Strange number 5 as we start maybe a new story of Strange in Asgard?
Yeah, don't forget that this is the Strange ongoing. This is not just
a mini. Oh my god, guys! Oh my god! Wow! Breaking news! Oh, sorry, I know you guys were in the middle of something. I'm sure it was very important, but we have to talk about this, guys. The Queen in Black story is getting bigger. Oh my god! Check your emails. I just sent it to you right now. Give it a quick read. Holy.
Okay, hold on. Let me check. Checking.
There's that theater kid. We love it.
That was so funny.
That's right, listeners. It's breaking news. Let's do this.
Hold on. So
my goodness.
You came in. You're like, this is breaking news. And now I'm going to sit this one out.
No, I'm like, this is this not your show? I'm sorry. I'm not. Today I'm the shockingly mortal Faz. I'm not super Faz. This is your
and
this is your game,
also
man.
the shockingly surprising Faz when breaking news is at stake.
Might have startled some people out there.
Yeah, you are the shockingly mortal Faz from Startleheim.
That's good. That's very good.
That's really good.
After that,
good work.
So, Faz is right though. The Queen in Black event got a real shot in the arm this afternoon when BleedingCool.com released the fact that we're getting a few one-shots along with the Queen in Black main series and a 3-issue limited series that got announced a few days ago. But we're getting a Hela one-shot and a Thor one-shot. So, Faz, do you give a little bit more detail, and then we'll just kind of we'll go through these things as well as we can, so that people checking this out almost act as a little bit of a primer, a little bit of a early primer for Queen in Black.
Yeah, sure. So, Queen in Black is obviously going to be a very big event. That's kind of what's going on in the Knull book right now is coming to a head in Queen in Black. These are specifically one-shots to give us a bit of information about how we get to the Queen in Black event. So the first one is about Hela, and it's kind of a backstory issue of how did she get to the position that she's in right now. And the second one is Thor, and it's a Beta Ray Bill and Sigurd Jarlson story.
Yes.
I've never been more excited about that in my life. Like the Hela one also has Beta Ray Bill, if I recall correctly, which is great. But Beta Ray Bill and the Mortal Thor in an issue, I've wanted that since Thor died and he became a mortal, right? So here we go, guys. I'm excited. What do you guys think?
Eric, what do you think about this news as it broke just seconds ago for most listeners?
I'm reeling. I'm still recovering from this news that we just learned about just now from Faz.
Okay. Listeners, viewers, to be clear, we didn't have any inside info about this happening. It's just later in the day than when the release came out, because making it sound like we were pre-told about this. We were not.
Oh my god! If Marvel was like, we need to let those 3 guys know first, and then the rest of the year, and then the rest of the year.
Wait. Can you imagine? Wait. Yeah, they're like, we need to definitely hype up this release. Who do we know who are extremely professional and competent when it comes to handling Thor comic content? Who's got the widest distribution and the most credentials?
No. They're asking one question: who's the premier Thor podcast?
That
can only be one
That's
person.
it.
One podcast.
Nobody can take that from us because it actually doesn't really mean anything. But
unlike the title of Queen in Black, that one doesn't mean anything.
Yes. But yes, okay, so I'm super excited. So there's the Defenders of Light and Dark 3-part miniseries by Tom Waltz and Zay Carlos. That's going to be wild. That's coming out. That's starting July 8th. So that's going to be the week after Queen in Black comes out on July 1st. And then we're going to get, yes, the backstory of Queen in Black, Hela #1, the one shot, and that's by Al Ewing and Carlos Magno. And that, on my solicitation, it says July 8th as well. Is that going to come out the same time as Defenders of Light and Dark? That would be pretty cool. And then not until August 5th, the Queen in Black Thor #1, and that's by Al Ewing and Sergio Davila. So that's going to be end of summer. I mean, that's going to be approaching issue 800, because issue 800 is supposed to be like September, isn't it? Like, so this is going to be
Oh yeah, it's right around
right up there.
Summer and fall has got really
so
exciting.
it makes me curious. But yes, I am extremely excited, and I have more thoughts and notes and theories, but I don't know if I should dive into those yet, or if we want to just let this sink in first. This news that
Eric, why don't you dive into that? Because all I was really going to bring people up to speed with is we've been reviewing the Knull series so far, and at the time of this recording, we have reviewed 3 issues of that series. We have 2 more left, and we have the Queen in Black main book coming in July. But also, one thing, don't forget that we have a Marvel comic giveaway day issue of, there's a Spider-Man 1000 story, and
reminder, we don't do giveaways on ATB. They just got in trouble with the people who do free comic book day. That's all.
I was trying to remember what that one's called. But it's like a half issue where it's like Spider-Man 1000 and Queen in Black #1, kind of a preview. So we are going to get a little bit in between the first issue of the main series and now. So there's still a little bit of runway we have to get to that point. But Eric, what other thoughts do we need to ponder on this news?
Okay, well, do you remember in our very confusing but very professionally reviewed review episode about Knull and the Light Force dimension?
Yep. How could I forget?
So at the time, it didn't sound like there was anything. The Light Force dimension didn't have anything to do with the Dark Force dimension that we knew about. It seemed like its own thing. However, if you look at some of the characters on the covers of these Defenders of Light and Dark, we got some people on there. We have Cloak and Dagger. Cloak is a Dark Force dimension user, and Dagger uses the Light Force dimension. We have a character named Darkstar. I believe she's a mutant that controls the Dark Force dimension power. We have Photon Monica Rambeau, and she has a weakness to Dark Force, because I think she was trapped in the Dark Force dimension at one point or another. I don't know why Sunfire is there, and I don't know why Agent Anti-Venom is there. But something Dark Force dimension. You know?
Something Dark Force. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I'm following.
So there seems to be some connections here. There's some rationale for why these heroes would be assembled. In the press release, it said that Tony is the one who's sort of assembling the team, and he has his new black metal armor that we have yet to see.
Yeah, do you think that connects to the Williamson run?
I don't know. It should. I hope.
No, it would be great if one of those.
Do you think his black metal armor is? Do you think his black metal armor is a symbiote?
That would be fun, but then he wouldn't be building it, would he? He'd more be borrowing it.
It wouldn't. Yeah, then it wouldn't be tech.
It would be building
biology.
Yeah, or it could be biotech.
He wouldn't be wearing it. It would be wearing him. I don't know.
That's. I mean, yeah. That's
you know what? It would probably be a symbiotic relationship, wouldn't it?
Oh! I wonder if that's what they call it.
That's what they call it.
Oh, there we go.
That would be amazing if there was somebody in 2026 that was just like, oh, I think that's why. Yeah.
They're like, hey guys, they're symbiotic. No, yeah, we got it.
Now that
it's all
a
making sense
clickbaity
now.
screen rant title if I've ever heard one. It's like, you're never gonna believe why symbiotes are called symbiotes.
the true meaning.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so those are my theories. I think it's going to have a lot more to do with the Light Force and Dark Force clashing.
Okay.
So
I love that.
I mean, that makes sense because isn't the kind of theme of it Knull is building up this like light force power while Hela is taking all of this dark force power. So it would make sense that they've got kind of a yin and yang thing going on. So
Yeah, and
I like it.
yeah, and the Eddie the Illuminated lives in the Lumina, which is the Light Force dimension.
well, and we've been seeing in our
I'm with ya.
reviews of the issues of the Knull series that Knull is getting these power ups in the opposite direction that Hela is getting them. So it makes sense that we would have this limited series to kind of highlight both of those opposite forces. I love the idea that Beta Ray Bill is going to be leading like a strike team to go deal with. Did they specify if it was they're going to deal with Knull or if Beta's going to deal with Knull or if he's going to deal with Hela, or was it both of them?
Beta Ray
thought
Bill
they were-
battles
okay,
Hela
okay.
at the edge
Yeah.
of space.
Well, another thing, Faz, in the I believe it's the article from Bleeding Cool, there was a reference that the Hela one shot is taking place during the Immortal era of Al Ewing.
Yeah, during
So
Immortal Thor.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see our OG Thor, and he's gonna somehow be tied into how Hela got all this power in the first place. I now I know we're enjoying Mortal Thor, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a little excited. I'm a little excited to see the God of Thunder back. What did you think of that little tidbit of information from the Hela one shot?
I think it's really fun, and I think it can get really confusing timeline-wise if it wasn't being governed by
Yeah.
the Owl Father, who is the keeper of the continuity, and in the way that Mark Waid is in DC. Like, it's gonna fill in some gaps so well, and it's gonna be so interesting, and it's gonna be so pretty, especially the second one with Sergio Davila art. I don't know if has he done interiors for Thor? I've seen a lot of variant covers. Of
Yeah,
him
a
that I
lot of
really
variant
like.
covers. He did, I'll never get tired of plugging this. He did Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade, which is a book Eric and I both enjoy. And
Oh,
so he
yeah.
is, and Thor is in multiple issues of that series. So he has done Thor in interiors, but I don't believe he has been a guest artist on a main book, on a main Thor book.
Okay, that makes sense.
And question: so in the solicitation for the one shot in August, no, in the solicitation for the Hela one shot, it mentions that Balder is seeking answers from Carnilla. Have we seen Carnilla since like the Jason Aaron run? I don't remember seeing Carnilla at
Oh, I don't
all
know.
That's a
in
great.
Donny Cates or in Immortal.
I don't remember an occasion where we saw her, and we haven't really seen Balder that much either. Like he popped in and out during Immortal.
Well, she's like, is she still Queen of the Dead with Hela?
Ooh, didn't we wrap that up a while back? Because Hela shows up at the end of the Kate's run in Grunbeck's tie-up, where she has a little bit of a thing with a little bit of a clash with Doctor Doom, and Carnilla's not even mentioned there. I don't believe.
It looks like so the fandom page, which might not be fully up to date, talks about how Hela is doing some infidelity stuff with Thanos, but they're still married. So I don't know if they've like figured it out any further than there. Maybe they have an understanding, and it's all good.
It would
It's
be
all
interesting if
good.
Carnilla showed up halfway through the Queen in Black story and was like, girl, what the hell? Like, what is going
And then Hela goes, "Don't worry, sweetie. I'm just getting more
Oh,
realms from." And
fine.
she goes, "Oh, okay," and then goes back to whatever
Can I
she's
still
doing.
have
Yeah.
Alder Boy I've always wanted?
I just want to know if her design is going to be similar or if it's going to be a new fresh take, because she's had some really different signature looks over the years.
It's got to be a gaudy headdress no matter what. It's got to be exaggerated
Yeah.
and overblown, like Met Gala eccentric.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's Al, he might go with like the classic look, right, and just have her be like however she was in the beginning. in the beginning.
What other things from the lead up to Queen and Black? I mean, I know we got this news about the one shots. Really excited about that. We have the Defenders of Light and Dark that is going to also add and flesh out this Queen and Black story. I think it kind of dawned on me, guys, that we're getting essentially a Thor crossover, like a Thor / Venom crossover. And I kind of didn't see that coming this year. And I don't know why I didn't see it coming.
They're doing that what if Thor got the symbiote issue, Ryan. Why would you think they're not going to combine those? They do it every year. Donnie had a crossover with Venom too.
No, like I'm merely just saying I did not see us getting a Thor world, Thor adjacent crossover this year, and it's the big summer crossover.
Okay. We're gonna do some math real quick. Who's writing the Thor books?
Albert Ewing. I don't know if it's
is it Albert? Yeah, who's writing the Venom books?
Al Ewing. This feels like
okay, that's interesting. So and who likes to combine everything they're doing together into a big thing? Okay, all right. And you're surprised that
I didn't say I was surprised. I said the fact that it's the big crossover event for the summer surprises me. Because
okay. Who's the best writer at Marvel Comics right now?
I'm just saying I was surprised.
It's Al Ewing. Who's in charge of like half the ongoing books right now? Oh, it's Al Ewing too. Who's the editor that's running all the best stuff? Will Moss, who's working on these books. It's a big shock, Ryan. Who could have seen this coming? Eric saw it coming for sure. He can do the math.
Because I read that Who is Venom that was a miniseries with Mary Jane that was so popular they turned it into an ongoing. They're just like, this is what we're doing now, because it started selling like crazy.
All new Venom,
and they ran with it.
Okay,
yeah, all new Venom.
Cool.
But my only other like takeaway from all these teases that we're seeing is I think I'm changing my original thought. I thought that this was going to be a Hela versus Knull, and that the heroes would be sort of taking sides because on the covers we saw some heroes on one cover, some heroes on the other cover. I no longer think that. I think that it's Tony Stark getting a gang together to go on some kind of a mission while the fight's going on.
Oh, so you don't think they're trying to stop both Hela and Knull or anything? You think that they're doing something and then Hela and Knull are fighting over here too?
I think Hela and Knull are fighting and the collateral damage threatens all of Midgard. And so I think Tony Stark is like, we have to go put a stop to this. I don't know if they're picking sides necessarily. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like a Civil War thing.
From these, it also sounds like they don't know what an Asgard is. So they're going to be like, who are these gods and what are they doing right now is what's going to happen.
That's an interesting layer to it, to be like...
They're going to be like, what's a Hela? And Beta Ray Bill's like, what do you mean? Hela, goddess of death, like Thor's niece. And they're like, what's a Thor? And they're going to be like, okay, all right, I guess we're going to keep doing this.
Well,
like
there's this guy running around New York hitting people with a hammer. Like,
don't you mean you, Beta Ray? Like, aren't you the real life Thor?
That will be interesting to see how Al fleshes that out, because so far we have not seen in the Mortal Thor book, we haven't seen someone be like, Thor, never heard of him, and Beta Ray Bill be like, I remember all of this. Like, we haven't gotten Beta Ray Bill's opinion on all of this. Yeah.
And maybe he doesn't remember all of this, right? Like, in the solicits, we know that he knows who Hela is, but we don't know if he knows who Thor and Asgard and all the other people are, right? So he could know who Hela is because of whatever happens in these one-shots where he, like, meets her for the first time. And she's like, oh, hey, it's the horse Thor. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Who are you, lady? Nice pointy helmet.
They actually do make a reference in one of the solicitations that Hela was on Midgard when... oh, goodness, where is it?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Why were Hela and Tyr in Midgard when the Rainbow Bridge fell? How did she cage Knull? And which Thor tried to stop her?
That might explain a little bit of why Beta knows who she is, and by association might know who Tyr is as well. Okay. Guys, do you have any final thoughts, like things that from the news we've gotten about the Queen in Black event that we just want to chat about a little bit before we hop off this very important breaking news and maybe take another run at that Doctor Strange review we were going to do?
I mean, we can always do that later because breaking news is so important. I was just glad that I was able to break this news for you guys and give you this very exciting information for the first time, since you guys had never seen it until I said it on camera, and not like I sent it to the group chat
And
like
sped
5
read all
hours
these
ago.
documents, these exhausted, bleeding
Yeah,
cool
and then
articles.
took notes on it.
Right. I mean, some of us didn't take notes. Some of us freewheel because that's how they roll.
So some of us are also the person that rushed into the room and was like, breaking news. I got a hot one fresh off the press for you.
Or
No.
was I here the whole time, but with my camera off?
You've
One
gotten
never knows for
exceedingly
sure.
meta as this show has gone on over the years.
Do you not see my title?
I know.
All-Fazer of Thasgard. Can you
But
be
that
more
just
meta
reminds
than
me
that?
how like very logical and very simple things used to be, and now you have your own meta and your own lore, and it's yeah.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Have you ever read comics? Superman in the 30s is just a guy who's really strong. Superman now is a multiversal god, constant of the universe of hope, right? Like things
You have
change over
gone
time.
over your Action Comics #1 arc, and now you fully realize.
But we haven't yet jumped the shark. That's happening in a couple of years.
He has
I can't
planned.
wait.
He has planned his
Jump
own
that
jumping of
shark.
the shark. Oh man, Eric, do you have any other final thoughts? Baz, do you have any final takes from our Queen in Black news?
Is it going to be like Space Sharks or like it's Jeff Sharks?
Oh, Jeff Sharks for sure.
When we jump the shark.
Jeff Sharks, 100%. He's and it's gonna be like in Marvel Rivals, you can now play as like 6v6 Jeffs. It's gonna be like that. There's gonna be a shit ton of Jeff. Yeah,
and we're gonna jump them.
We're jumping them all. I mean, some of them are gonna like jump on our backs, and then they'll be jumping sharks with us. But like some sharks will be jumped in a couple of years.
Needless to say, viewer, listener, I think we have exhausted ourselves on the Queen in Black news so far. But if you want to talk about Queen in Black, check out our Discord. You can reach out to us on Instagram. We'll be like reposting and sharing things that artists. I love reposting things that artists share because they get the credit for the things they do. We also repost like when Marvel releases things like this, but this, as at the time of recording, this Queen in Black news about the one shots is not up on Marvel Comics like Instagram page or their social medias yet. So if you want to talk to us about it, those are two places you can reach out to us. Also, if you want some early video now and some early audio for episodes and some pre-games, we can do that for just a small itty bitty little Patreon help for a few bucks a month. We'll give you those early episodes and you'll help keep the show going. And I will continually get better at the tech to Faz's delight.
Listeners, no, he won't. But any money that's saved will go towards the jumping the shark fund. So rest assured, the money will be put to good use.
Wow. But yeah, that is our breakdown of the Queen in Black news. We hope that whether you are preparing to lead a Light Force team, you're preparing to lead a Dark Force team, you're preparing to take care of whatever is coming your way, whatever the Queen in Black is, whatever these Asgardian gods are, whatever a Thor is, no matter where you are in the 9 realms, we ask you to do one thing, and that is to stay worthy. Bum, bum.
Bum, bum.